Is it a question of patience, Jimmy? Patience with the young players that the club has decided to buy for Graham Potter. Patience from the fans for Graham Potter. Patience from the board, from those who are making decisions on his future, that he is the man to take them forward.
Well, you've made a decision of going with young players. You've made a decision to buy lots of young players. So you have to give these young players, the time to make mistakes and to get it right. So you have to give them the time. Otherwise, they're never going to be that final best thing if they don't go through this period. So. And you have made a big decision of going for Potter. He is the man that you wanted at helm. Yes, at the moment they are in a very difficult time. But I feel you need to stick with it. That's the direction you have gone. You have gone with young players. You're looking for the future. Give him the time.
Do you feel quite certain now that he will start next season, whatever happens?
Well, I don't know. I don't think so. I think.
You don't think he will, or you're not certain?
Well, if you keep on losing, you know how it works in football. Rightly or wrongly, you know how it is. It's a result business,
I think the Real Madrid game is going to be so key. I do, because I think they go away in the first leg, and if they don't get a result there, I think you're looking at the season and thinking, well, do we get a fresh face, in which there's not many about? Or do we stick with the process? Do we stick with what Graham is possibly capable of doing? Listen, you've got to be brave above, haven't you? And that's because of the fans, the expectation, where they could possibly finish in comparison to last season. And look at them games. There's some real big games there. And when confidence is not there, you're not scoring goals, you're looking like a mid-table side, and you've spent all that money. I personally think it all stems on that Real Madrid game. I really do, and I think if they don't get
the Champions League.
Here you go. We are still Chelsea's still in Champions League.
Could win the Champions League.
Hello.
But Chelsea could also finish in the bottom half of the Premier League when you look at those fixtures that they've got still to come.
Yes, but there are a lot of other factors that has played with it as well. Today, there's no Fofana, there's no Silva. It's a big miss. Over the season, they've had Kante missing. They've had so many other missing because of injuries. Things, and I'm not saying that is the only reason, but there's a lot of factors that have come with it. And, yes, they need results. They need results because it's a result business.
They need a result against another, and I was going to say another top half team, but they're not a top half team anymore, are they? They're 11th now, but have a look at this, and I'm sure Chelsea fans are well aware of this. Just one win against a team that's in the top half right now, and that was the away fixture against Aston Villa. Only 7 goals scored in those 13 games. No team in the Premier League has scored fewer goals in their games against top half sides, and just 8 points from those matches. It does feel like when you look at that lead, they are suddenly a long way from competing at the top.
Yeah, I think they are as well. And I think, listen, the way I look at it is if he can get everyone fit, I think he's got to clear out players. He's got to get the squad that he wants to utilise if they stick with Graham. I hope they do. I really do, because I feel like if they stick with the process, I think eventually it will come right. I mean, John McGinn was saying, they're a good side, but I think there's lots that needs nurturing, managing, pre-season. You get your fit, you find your formation. I think there's a long way to go for them. There really is, but that doesn't look good.
There is a long way to go, but football is a strange game. It is a strange game. A year ago, nobody would talk about Arsenal, where they are now, and how they are playing, and what had needed to happen and stuff. Why can this not happen with Chelsea?
So you think Chelsea win the league next year?
I'm not saying that Arsenal will but I'm not saying, but there has been a massive improvement in Arsenal from last year to now.
Well, I'm being slightly facetious, Jimmy, because it didn't happen overnight for Arsenal, did it? It was a process. They stuck with Mikel Arteta over a period of time.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah. They believed in Mikel Arteta, and they backed him. They backed him with people going out. They backed him with people coming in. They didn't go crazy in the market, but they backed him. And look what he's producing now. You know, and also the players are seeing that the board are backing their manager, that he's the boss, that he is there to stay. You know, so that can also happen with Chelsea.
Do you think that it just comes down to perhaps just feeding a few nuggets to the fans, to the owners at the end of this season, whether it be beating Real Madrid in the Champions League, whether it be some really impressive results in the Premier League between now and the end of the season, just to give everyone that confidence, that hope?
Yeah, I do think that he needs to help himself, Potter, you know, by getting a few results and making people believe and getting that confidence a little bit from the board and the fans. You know, you need to win a few matches. You cannot go to the end of the season and not winning at all, you know. So if he does that, why not next year that they can come back with being a lot stronger and being a lot more competitive?
I think this season in particular, I think now you're looking, they're not going to finish in the top 4. So it's all about trying to finish strongly. I think the fans have to buy into what's going to happen. This is a long-term process, and Jimmy's hit a good point there that Arsenal did it under Mikel Arteta, with Mikel Arteta. I think they have to try and go down that same route. I really do, because the squad of players that they have there, they've spent an awful lot of money. There's no hiding the fact. But stick with the process, bringing different managers, chopping and changing things. It's not always the way forward. They put him on a long contract. They obviously see the future bright. Listen, there wasn't so long ago, we was talking about Potter obviously being linked with England. So he's got something there. It's just finding that balance. And I don't feel like everything's going his way at the moment. Listen, they've had 27 shots today. They could have easily come away with 3 points. It's not working at the moment. I think it will eventually click. But I do feel that the fans have to be patient. I don't think it's going to be this season where, listen, they're going to win the Champions League. We're going to sit here and go, you know, we carry on with things. The league, I think you have to see where they end up finishing, and the potential of obviously the Champions League.